Hello everybody, this is Runic, and today I am going to be showing you all how to become a better Fortnite player fast and easy without too much natural skill to involved if video games aren't your thing or if you're just new to the game as a whole. I can probably sum up this entire video with the single sentence of, it's all about the grind. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but I'm not talking about just playing the game and grinding out the game itself. Like, don't just not go to school or work, or don't just not hang out with your friends just to play Fortnite. I'm talking about the grind of your skill or benefit grind. This is the grind that's not just going to be you playing Fortnite, but this is the grind that allows you to play Fortnite effectively. Well, it's bettering your skills and learning the game and the mechanics and how to use things to your advantage that other people can't. So it's all about learning how to play the game instead of just playing the game constantly. So we're going to jump right into it here with my first little tip for you. And my first hint is going to be you want to drop effectively. You got to learn how to drop effectively. If you're new to the game and you just drop tilted towers every game, and you're facing off against the best of the lobby all the time, you're just facing off the best, you're not going to get very far because it's hard even for me to do anything against those guys who are just build gods and can just crush you under the heel of your boot. So you should be choosing places that are near the end of the bus route, like a nice small place that not a lot of people, if any, are going to go to. That way you have a bit of time to get yourself some weapons and materials before you go find someone to shoot at, because the chances are they're probably going to be worse than the people who are dropping tilted and going to those big buildings, because they're going to kill everybody. So there's nothing worse than getting into a gunfight like that and being at an immediate disadvantage, whether it's not good guns or not enough skill or whatever, especially when you're not good at the game yet. So, my next tip for you guys is know your natural advantages and what can help you. This can range from setting up shop on a mountain for high ground, or even to use the storm to outplay your opponent. If you can find these natural advantages, such as a mountain for example, it's perfect. It's a big item that your enemy has to work around, and it's something they can't shoot down from under you. So sitting on top of a mountain, it gives you high ground that they can't take away unless they push you. And even for a good player, pushing high ground as tall as a mountain is extremely hard to do without taking damage. So if you know your natural advantages like that, mountain's just an example. You can find them everywhere, whether it be a building or, like I said, the storm. All of those are extremely good advantages that you can give yourself and use to your will. So my next tip for you is that you should learn the rotational advantages that you can get, like where planes and quad crashers spawn, and how to move against the storm effectively. And I know that's kind of a short one. It's like, well, where planes and quad crashers spawn, it's pretty easy. But these vehicles and rifts, I'm telling you, memorize these. So if you're somewhere, you can say, all right, where's the nearest one, and is it worth it to go there? Because these, knowing these vehicles and rifts and all that, these give you more time that you can spend out of the circle to loot up or fight your enemy and get his loot, and it just helps you all around to stay out of the circle longer, which is what you want. The next thing I have for you guys is learn the weapons you like to use and stick with them. Like, there's no need to find a perfect setup that you're doing really good with, but then you have one bad game with it, and you're like, oh man, this setup sucks, and you go and find a new setup. It just doesn't make sense. Because once you find the guns you like to use, that is when you can start focusing on other things, knowing your gun skill is good, and you can start getting better at the game like that. It's just the small steps like that that help you be better at the game. So, you want to find those good guns to use and work well together, and that will help you severely. Make sure to keep those same guns that you like to in the same slots in your inventory, because that way you can easily remember which gun is where and switch to them nice and fast and efficiently, and you don't need to worry about switching one when somebody's pushing you or you're in a big fight. So, my next helpful hint is I know a lot of new people do this, it's to unbind your scroll wheel and only switch your weapons and building selections with your personally set keybinds. Because the scroll wheel, you still raise the risk of scrolling too far, and it's just something your middle finger has to do, or your pointer finger, depending on how you play it. So I would just unbind that and switch your weapons with your keybinds because it just makes it so much easier. It eliminates most of the risk of switching to the wrong gun, which is very, very helpful, knowing you can depend on having the right gun out at the right moment. So it also helps increase your finger dexterity, which is really nice when you're reaching for a key or even on console when you're trying to do something. Having good finger dexterity is really nice when you're playing PC or console or anything just like that. So, guys, there are more tips I can probably give you for beginners, intermediates, or even probably pretty good players to help them get better. So make sure you guys comment if you want more videos like this, and make sure you subscribe and like if this helped you or if you enjoyed. Otherwise, thank you everyone, see you later, and goodbye.